So I think we are evolving as a country. Our marketing efforts are also very, very different than what it was even like probably a couple of years back. I mean, ChatGPT did not exist a few years back, and now it's in our lives, right?
What was your biggest Eureka moment?
When they come outside of work, actually, when I'm not working, I think some of them do come. For example, even the brand name, it just occurred to me when I was just in the bathroom. I'll be very honest. I was scratching my head. What is a brand name which will resonate well with the Gen Zs and the millennials, while also supplying our entire thought process. So I think that those are the best moments which come outside of work. Yeah.
That's where most of the genius ideas sprout from. Yes. Hello and welcome to StartupPod, a collaborative podcast by Ideas to Impact Hub and Binge Pods, where we talk to successful startup founders so your ideas can see the light for itself. Today we have Karan Korke, founder of Healthy Binge. Karan is all set to revolutionize how India snacks. With his healthy binging products right around here, we would like to learn about himself and how the vision took place in the first place. Hello, Karan.
Hi, Saili. How are you?
Doing great.
Great.
Long time. So I wanted to ask Karan, I've read about your LinkedIn. I know where you come from. So through a traditional career background, being a sales guy and everything, how did Healthy Binge take place?
Right. So, I mean, I did my post-graduation in marketing and management. So, sales and marketing is my first love. Did my first corporate job in Mumbai for about 5 years. I was in Mumbai. Learned a lot in terms of how sales happens, what are the different kinds of ways you can close a deal, relationships, how to have business relationships. And after a while, I thought that, there's a point in my life which I thought that, I need to switch over and do something of my own. And I started a branding agency back in 2016. Ran that up for about 3 years. Again, implemented my knowledge from my previous jobs and did that for about 3 years, and then wanted to do something in a product segment. So that's how we kind of started the Healthy Binge. We thought that millets being one of the most indigenous crop in India, that is not being consumed by Gen Zs or millennials. We thought that there's a gap in the market. So in 2021 is when we launched it. We believe that it's the health and nutrition is going to be a big segment in the next coming decades, and we thought snacking being a it's a very easy industry to get into as a test market. So that is how we kind of honed down on snacking, with the form factor being chips, because we thought that millets have a very unique taste and smell. So a lot of people, especially Gen Zs or millennials, don't want to cook it. So we thought the form factor, which is chips, might be very convenient for people to eat. So that is how we came about the product. It's high in protein, high in dietary fiber, zero cholesterol, no added sugars, zero trans fat. But the taste, that is the main part. The taste, we've made sure that it's as good as a fried snack, which people are used to having, and at a price point which is very affordable. So these three things is what we worked on: the tastiness, the health factors, and the affordability. So these 3 points is where we worked on the recipe at the start. We have our own recipe, which is we've made it in-house. We have our R&D and food technologists in-house, where we crafted these products.
And in terms of the market, how far have we reached to the cities?
Right. So I would take this, we divide that into 4 parts. B2C is wherein we do online sales through marketplaces like Amazon, Flipkart, Big Basket, Zepto, Quick Commerce. Then we do our own D2C channel. Then we are also doing retail. So in Bombay, Pune, and a few other cities in the country. We are selling it through stores, A plus general trade stores. Around 300 stores is where we are present at. Through the online channel, we are reaching 15,000 pin codes. Then we are also doing B2B. So, for example, corporates is wherein we also sell. So, big corporates like Meta, Netflix, BCG, all these companies have our products in their canteens and the pantries. And through vending machines, we do around 400 vending machines in corporate. So our major focus is metros. So Delhi, NCR, Bangalore, and Mumbai are the top three cities wherein our product sells. We also do institutional sales like institutions like kids play areas, amusement parks, high-end retail. Like we've tied up with a jewelry brand called Aura, so we are retailing our products through their channels as well. So we're trying to do that, and the fourth channel is export. So we are reaching now. We're doing about 7 countries exports. US being the largest. So we've divided our sales in these kind of modes.
How did Shark Tank and the investments that came from the sharks themselves, apart from the money, how did their expertise help you expand?
Right. So definitely, I mean, being on Shark Tank was one of the best things which happened to the startup in terms of the eyeballs what it got. The marketing is unparalleled because it's free marketing for any startup, right? And especially for a consumer brand, it becomes really important because nowadays it is expensive to reach to the customer or customer acquisition. Right. So it definitely helped us reach to a much wider audience. A lot of people came to know not only end customer, but also B2B in terms of distributors. They also realized that it's a good product to have. So that really helped us. We did around 300x in about 15 days of time after airing. So that was an awesome growth pattern what we saw. And then it kind of sustained to 100x is what we are doing year on year. 100% growth is happening year on year. The Sharks did help us initially in terms of they connected us with their marketing teams where we kind of collaborated with them, asked them a lot of questions where we were getting stuck at. So initially that definitely helped us go over the bumps wherein we didn't have that expertise. So they helped us in that regard. Yeah.
And on that note, you said 300x you got in first 15 days. Were you ready for that sort of
So we'd heard about this, but that, this is the kind of surge what you get. But unfortunately, they don't really tell us till the last moment. So about 4-5 days before airing of the episode is when they confirmed us that it's going to air on this date. So we were not 100% ready for sure because investing in inventory, all of those things we didn't do it at that point of time, but at least we did cater to about 80-90% of the demand, whatever we could, running 24 hours on the factory, making sure dispatches are happening. We were hands on deck. Everybody was at the factory floor, making sure that the orders are going out on time. So there were definitely a lot of mishaps which did happen. I mean, the logistics was a mess at that point of time, but ultimately it did reach to the consumer. Some of it was definitely late. I would own up to that. But yeah, it was a maddening time. So eventually the deal with the Sharks fizzled out. We still don't know the reason why. They've not really told us the reasons why. But I think that's okay. And ultimately, we've got a very good platform with Shark Tank India. I mean, that is where it is right now. And this was about 2 years back when we went to Shark Tank. So yeah.
So would you say customer experience, customer support is again a challenge when it comes to D2C?
Yeah, so we did have those issues, and we've kind of plugged that when we've hired a few people for that particular domain. It's a very important thing to give the right set of experience to that consumer. So I think it's one of the most important things after acquiring the customer.
And what would you say is the repeat customer rate?
So on Zepto, the industry category average is 18%. We are doing around 28 to 30% repeat ratio on Zepto, which is one of the biggest platforms. On our own website, we are doing around 30% again. So, which is in the snacking industry, in the snacking category, it's a good number to have. So that's a testament to the kind of products we've crafted. People are liking the value proposition in terms of healthier snacking option, but without the compromise of a taste of the tastiness, and a price point which is really affordable.
You already owned a marketing agency, so that expertise coming in, branding for this product.
Absolutely, that has definitely helped. But I think it's almost been a decade for that. So a lot of things have changed post that. I mean, it was more traditional that time. Now it's more content driven. A lot of other things like what we are doing right now. This is a new wave of marketing, right? So I think we are evolving as a country. Our marketing efforts are also very, very different than what it was even like probably a couple of years back. I mean, ChatGPT did not exist a few years back, and now it's in our lives, right? So you need to be abreast with all the things which are happening. You cannot be left behind. So you need to adapt quickly.
That is there. No business can stay as traditional.
Absolutely. So that's why startups have an advantage to move fast. You can quickly implement or take out a certain kind of decision fast.
What would you say if one had to, implement AI in their product D2C services? In your case specifically, how would you?
So we are building out a bot on the website right now using AI and trying to make sure that the most queries what we get, like we've curated about 15 of them. We're trying to create a bot wherein that can be taken care of that can be automated at the website or the app level itself, while not coming back, so that the wait times are reduced and the conversion ratios can go up further. So we are curating that piece right now.
Then apart from being your own channels, is there anything else you're doing for the expansion itself?
Yeah, so we are actually actively looking at overseas markets. So US being one of our prime examples, recent examples. We sent a shipment of 40 feet container to the US in April this year, and we're already in August right now. The distributor asked for a repeat order for that. So I mean, it's a good kind of signal that that market is also consuming these kind of products, and we are about 150 stores out there in the US market, in the Midwest and on the East Coast. So yeah, I mean, that is what we are trying to look at. A few export markets as well, apart from India definitely is the biggest market for us, but slowly we also want to test out waters. We are also looking at Middle East. Next month we are starting with Dubai, Qatar and Kuwait. These three markets we are starting off. So again, Middle East being a little closer to India, it's the tastes are much more similar. Even there, quick commerce is booming. So looking closely at these two markets in the next year for expansion.
So for the US market, did you have to customize the taste a bit?
No, I mean, surprisingly not. So right now it's going to the Indian stores, so there it's fine. But we're also in advanced talk with one of the biggest retailers in the world. There as well, they've shortlisted 3 of our SKUs, and we didn't have to change the taste or the seasoning. So they've also accepted that. So what we did initially also with our seasonings was that we wanted to keep it neutral. It's not very spicy or it's not very sweet. It's in the middle. So it's all neutral tastes which come into your palate. So that is kind of working, because the retail chain which I'm talking about, they are specifically targeting only the US customers. So they've also kind of they have also liked these seasonings. So it's a good sign.
Perfectly well. Now moving from the product side to the business side of it, we know about the Shark Tank investments. Have there been more investments coming in?
Yeah, so we've done, I mean, the Shark Tank in that round was a part of a larger round. So that is where we kind of raised a certain amount of money, which we did. So that was like a pre-seed round. So we've done that last year. So we are there currently.
So you talked about the challenges that you had faced earlier about the cash burn. From there to now, how has the situation changed?
Right. So, it's a consumer brand. This category is very fierce. You need to spend money to acquire customers. And nowadays with Google, Meta hiking the rates, it's definitely becoming really challenging. So, there is going to be a point where obviously a tipping point comes and inflection point is going to come wherein the company starts getting profitable. But till that, you have to keep on acquiring customers till a point is reached where the expansion has happened in retail, offline, online, both. So that time is going to take that whole gestation period is going to be there. The burn is significantly, definitely in control, wherein we are trying to focus only efforts, wherein, we are getting a good ROI from particular platforms where we are trying to spend monies on. At the same time, trying to find ways and means to reach customers without burning money. So what I mentioned earlier about doing tie-ups, doing tie-ups with the corporates, doing tie-ups with retail chains, wherein, we can reach customers, sell our product and also do branding and marketing out there. So those are the kind of things what we're trying to focus on currently.
And Healthy Binge has become like a very memorable brand since then. So
yeah, absolutely. No complaints with regards to that.
Got the exposure to us as well. So
right.
A plus for us. Now that we were talking about the expansion, what were the challenges that you faced in the first 2 years of the brand? And what do you think would be in the coming years?
So I think getting to the right channel mix is very important in this category. Initial years were, I would still say it's very early for us, but when we had no idea, I think the channel mix, figuring out which channel was working for us, where the customers are, if it's profitable or no, that particular channel, that was the initial testing phase for a year and a half. But I think now we've understood that these 4 or 5 channels is where I think where we want to double down and put our monies in and expand quickly. And the latest being the export market, what I mentioned, that's still early days for us. But again, these learnings, what we got in the initial years, we are implementing those into newer territories.
And as you are expanding, are you looking for, expanding your team as well? Getting more
experts? Definitely. We are looking at various roles, including e-commerce, including sales. Those are all related to sales and marketing. So that is where we are looking at hiring right now.
And what is that one quality that you would look in a new hiree?
Ownership and hunger.
For the product itself?
That A plus for the job as well. Absolutely. Yeah. You're right. It needs to start from here.
But we don't want to die down our inventory either. So.
No, we can afford to do that now.
Amazing. We've heard about your community-driven approach towards hiring as well. So would you like to share a few bits on it?
Yeah, we're always looking for people who want to kind of work in a startup environment where we as startup founders also invest a lot into our employees. We don't really micromanage whatsoever. That's like a waste of time. We want to make sure that person is growing. For example, our core team itself, they also invested time and effort with us, right? And some of them have been right from us from day one. So we've also seen them grow from, they bought a bike, they bought an iPhone, they got recently, some of them got a car. So, those kind of, it helps us also feel proud that, we've also invested back into the community, into business, also into employees. So that we've seen, and it helps us also give back to the community. So it's a win-win for everybody, right?
So for this growing market, if I'm to give you 3 minutes to make an elevator pitch,
I think I did, right? In the last 20 minutes. Okay, cool.
Putting it down crisp in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's your go-to.
Great. So our brand name is called the Healthy Binge. We make millet-based chips and snacks. We're very tasty, but at the same time, very healthy and affordable. All our snacks are gluten-free, with zero cholesterol or trans fat, very high in protein and dietary fiber. We are available across India with 15,000 pin codes. We can order from our website or Zepto, Big Basket and Amazon. We have our own state-of-the-art manufacturing facility, which is US FDA and ISO 22000 certified. So there are 30 plus quality checks. So all our packets which go out of the facility are state-of-the-art and are also the same packets which are exported. So it makes sure that, there are no nasties coming in your products. We are an Amazon bestseller brand, and we are also exporting to around 7 countries.
One last thing. What was that one big business ka kissa that shaped you?
Yeah, I think the pivot which we did in 2021, that was probably our lowest point of the business, wherein we were at zero, right? We had started, grown, and then we didn't have the next thing happening. So I think that was the thing which kind of we thought that we have to say never say die, right? You can't say no. You can't say that, okay, I'm done. In business, in startups, there are going to be incumbents which are going to come in. There are going to be curveballs which are going to be thrown at you, but you have to just keep on going. You can't. The perseverance has to be there in a founder.
Right.
Yeah.
And if a new entrepreneur is to enter this market, what would be your advice to him or her?
I think you do your research well. You find the initial test market, do a few things for the product, and try to optimize on the product, talk to consumers, and then launch.
What are the biggest opportunities and threats in the market currently?
So opportunities, as I mentioned, it's a growing market. It's just a nascent stage right now. 5,000 crores, growing at 15-16% CAGR. So I think that opportunity is huge in India currently. The threats are customer acquisition costs are going up each day. So I think those are the threats right now.
Now I know you have to rush, so I'll just jump onto a rapid fire.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll keep it as fiery as possible. A course that you would recommend to the audience, an upskilling course, whatever.
I think the course is in practicality. So I actually don't believe in all these online courses. If you want to figure things out, go do an internship at the market or the industry or the company which you want to get into. Instead of doing courses online, practicality is something which I recommend.
A book you would recommend to get that hint?
The 10x Rule by Grant Cardone. So this is a book which I keep reading. It's on sales and it's completely on sales. So that I would recommend.
Your favorite business motto?
Persevere, discipline, and dedication.
Best piece of advice that you've ever received?
Never give up.
Yeah. That's what we heard in your story itself. What was your biggest Eureka moment with Healthy Binge?
I think not biggest. I think a lot of them keep happening when they come outside of work. Actually, when I'm not working, I think some of them do come. For example, even the brand name, it just occurred to me when I was just in the bathroom. I'll be very honest. I was scratching my head. What is a brand name which will resonate well with the Gen Zs and the millennials, while also supplying our entire thought process. So I think that those are best moments which come outside of work. Yeah.
That's where most of the genius ideas sprout from. Yes. Who is your role model in business?
Role model? I don't have one right now, as of now.
Okay. So you might say your mirror itself.
Actually, I would say, scratch that. I mean, I would also say my father, because he's also in business and I've also seen him start from scratch and build his business. So I think I would consider him as my role model.
Amazing. What was that one idea that impacted you?
Idea which impacted me?
Be it business or personal, anything can be.
I think my wife delivered a baby girl, so I think a lot of decisions or processes are now shaping around the little one. So I keep her in my thought process even at business, and what from that perspective as to what I would do right now would impact her. So those I think that is one of the things which I think. Yeah.
Lovely. So we'll wrap it up right now.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Karan.
Thank you so much
for coming here, and
Yes.
we loved the insights that you shared and the
Great.
product. I mean, yes, we are
Thank
going to
you.
binge on it right
Thank
away.
you. Most welcome.
Yes.